It's a holiday. I got hoes on hoes and it out of control, yeah. Hey, it's another way. All my niggas on go and I hope that you know it. I can't even close my eyes and I don't know why. Guess I don't like surprises. I can't even stay away from the game that I play. They gon' know what's to pay. Hey, it's a holiday. I got hoes on hoes and they out of control, yeah. Hey, it's another way. All my niggas on go and I hope that you know it. I can't even close my eyes and I don't know why. Guess I don't like surprises. I can't even stay away from the game that I play.
Welcome to a new stream, the second stream of 2024. We have some announcements to make, a slight rebranding in terms of YouTube, X, and also Instagram. Going forward, we are now done crypto. The 360 trademark remains the same, so as you can see, the X profile has been updated. And right, so let's get to it. The new series is going to be called Domingo con Don, because I think Sundays are the best day to do a stream where the mind is refreshed, you're in a relaxed mood, and I believe that when you're in this relaxed mood, it's easier to get into flow, and when you're in the state of flow, you're creating your best type of work, your best charts. And I also would like to give you guys kind of an insight on how I run through the charts, so how I actually conduct the full 360. So as preparation for this stream, I have not updated any of my charts. So right now it is 10 a.m. local time, Sunday 14th of January, by the way. And the year has started, full steam ahead as we were kind of projecting. But, well, we have a lot to get into. So this stream will probably also be a little bit longer. And for those interested in learning about technical analysis and actually understanding how we calculate some of these price targets, how we do what we do now, being 6 years in the game, having experienced, some crazy things, made a lot of money, lost a lot of money, this, that, and the other. However, the main focus is to go through the whole markets together. And with that being said, so, right, our X here, just briefly going through our YouTube. So the metrics have grown because actually I have not done YouTube videos for almost 2 years. So this stream for Tron was the first one for this year, and then between summer and end of 2023 I did 2 or 3 streams talking about potential downside risk when Bitcoin was potentially doing a head and shoulders. It was looking scary, but actually got invalidated. And when a head and shoulder get invalidated, it tends to run very aggressively to the upside. So that is also what happened. We discussed key levels of 42.5k, 47.5k, which are now very, very relevant. And so now the playlist has been renamed, and as you can see, the views on our channel, of course, because I don't make consistent videos, because this is not my main goal. I do this just to be able to help people, but also let's not get it twisted. I also do it for myself because it helps me. The best thing to master any craft in anything is to get to the point where you're able to teach others, especially those who don't understand, right? When you are able to explain something that can be complicated to a 5-year-old, this is when you have truly mastered something. This is why complex charts with many different lines, 100 different indicators, is actually going to work against you. And the best traders that I know and that I have seen are doing very simple draws, but not childish draws. So this is important to understand. Everybody thinks they are a good trader in a bull market when the P&Ls are green. However, 90 to 95% give it back to the market and even get wrecked after that. These are just some of the true facts. So let's create actually somewhat of an schedule, and so 360 should start from high time frame to short time frame in order to have this macro bird's eye view. And the best way to start, because look, we're all about crypto because we see crypto as the best industry to be in, to make the most money right now. Doesn't mean it will exist forever. I have no idea how this thing is going to play out. I just want to make the money like most of you guys. Sure, some people get in for the tech. For me, it's predominantly money. Secondary, I also work in the crypto space with exchanges, but we are focused on the charts in order to help us make the best decisions possible based on pure raw data that is the hardest to manipulate, because we actually track what people do and not what they say. This is why we prefer technicals over fundamentals, and I frankly don't care who's running the project or what their intention is, etc. If the chart looks good, I will trade it. So step one is the macro, and we'll look at a few things like the dollar and the euro USD, so a little bit of FX, and some of the major equities. So let's say typically I just look at the Nasdaq. It's okay if the format is a little bit off. I think that should be enough. I will leave bonds for another time. It's very important, but maybe it's a little bit complicated and I have not updated the charts there, so that might make it a little bit too long. And then step two is we bring it back to crypto, but we don't go straight into the altcoins and short time frame on what happened in the last 15 minutes, but we will look at like the totals would be good, maybe total 1, 2, 3. I haven't looked at them for a while. One of my favorites is to look at the Tether dominance, and then we can get into so actually never forget the king, obviously Bitcoin. Step 4 would be Ethereum, and right, so Bitcoin plus Bitcoin dominance, Ethereum plus ETH BTC, and maybe also Ethereum dominance. And then step 5 is the actual altcoins. So what do most people do? What do most crypto influencers do? They go straight into the altcoins, failing to understand that the alts are related to Bitcoin, that Bitcoin is related to equities, that equities is also... Oh, and I actually forgot something. My apologies. It is the... Can I edit this? So your USD equities plus precious metals, because why not? Gold and silver are also highly correlated with Bitcoin, as Bitcoin is also being seen as the digital equivalent of gold. We don't know how this play out, but one thing is true: they can steal your, digital assets from you. If you get hacked, if you get phished or whatever, you lose your private keys. Good luck to someone trying to steal your physical, self custody holding precious metals. They actually have to come to you, take it from you physically. This is why you have to be strong in mind, body, and soul, and understand that this world is not all what it seems, and there are actually dark forces who do not have like your best intention in mind. And okay, so let's get into the charts. Okay, I'm just going to ignore Tron here for a second, and let me do something. Okay, it's fine. Let me just keep it. Okay, let's go to the US dollar. Let me just remove all the drawings here, and just a quick, just going through it quickly. Maybe not even doing too many lines. Okay. High time frame chart, 2 weeks. What do we see on the Dixie? It's kind of a descending triangle. It's been a couple of times now that it's been around the key level. Let's not forget key level of 100. Let's just draw that real quick because it's important. So more or less 100. You can see the key interactions here, 2017, 2020, and then it broke up, came down, retest, holding, however, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. General rule of technical analysis is the more times it touches a trend line, the weaker it becomes. So can we say that this is actually strong support for the Dixie? It is not something that you should ignore, but it is also not something that you should, be like overly concerned with. So this is why we drop to, let's just go to like the weekly, the 2 weekly, drop down, and let me actually check the charts. So no longer this. So yeah, we had like few outstanding targets for the Dixie, like above 110, and so it never reached it, and then it started to turn around, because as they start to print money, it makes the dollar also weaker, so it supports other foreign currencies, and actually a weaker dollar is therefore supportive of crypto, because crypto and equities, look, if they print more money, that means that other assets have to go up, because that printed money needs to go into somewhere. Remember this, money never disappears, it only changes hands. So if you're losing money, somebody else is making money. Okay, this is the zero sum about it. Okay, it's still very messy. Let me see if I can find something cleaner here. Okay, nice, this is better. Okay, so here we have a downward trending channel, and it is very simple. If the dollar goes up, bad for crypto. If it goes down, it's good for crypto. And I had shared this inverse head and shoulders setup a while ago, and this is actually on the daily, and this is something that can be very important. And those who, all your favorite influencers saying that BTC is going to 55k, 58k, 59k, please understand that most of them are pulling these numbers out of their asses, and they actually don't know like if it is a technically valid target or not. So the whole point of 360 is to be 2, or in this case 3 steps ahead of what will happen to crypto by looking at the larger markets with trillions and trillions of assets circulating there. Because whatever will happen there, you can tattoo this on your forehead, but I wouldn't advise doing that, that whatever will happen there will happen to crypto. But it's not always easy to, it's not always tit for tat, that if the dollar goes up, sometimes it's lagging, sometimes it's decorrelating temporary because something is happening elsewhere. You only have 2 eyes and 24 hours in a day, and there are many charts that you can go through endlessly, being caught in a loop of doing over analysis. This is why it's very important to have a method, to know what you're doing, to know which indicators are useful, which are not. This takes time, guys. This takes a lot of time to go through, to understand. Like, look, it's been 6 years and I've done, I don't know how many times, 10,000 hours, and I still make some rookie mistakes every now and then, because this is a psychological game, meaning that if you're in a bad state of mind and you go into a trade, you can have the best setup, but sometimes you just fail to see it. Okay, and this is the nature of the game. This is why it's not for everyone, and why you need to make sure that you are healthy and that you really take this seriously. Like a heart surgeon wouldn't just how do you say that? Like a heart, like you cannot just be a heart surgeon, right? You need to have a strong medical background, years and years of studies to make sure you don't actually kill someone. The problem with trading is that you have instant access on your phone, 24/7, access to 100 to 125 leverage. So sometimes you get lucky, which is, it's part of this beginner's luck a lot of people have, especially in a bull market. You flip 1k into 100k, you think that you're God Almighty, and then you lose everything, and it is what it is. So anyways, let's get back to the charts. Inverse head and shoulders. If this thing starts to trade about 102.63, then let's put an alert here. Then there is actually a risk that a stronger dollar will cause the equities to go down, and also downside for crypto. So the dollar at 104.64, which is, you know, kind of close to maybe a round number of 105. So think 105. If the dollar goes to 105, I can imagine Bitcoin coming back to potentially 30K, because a lot of people are now FOMOing in, and they have FOMOed in, you know, around 50K, 49K, because then they put it in the news, you know, ETF approved, BlackRock enters the game. This is how they get retail to get in. Retail gets wrecked, and those who are more, you know, advanced traders, aka smart money, they close down their leverage, take profits because they understand key levels, and they simply wait and maybe sit on investment long and then wait for a pullback to maybe put on some leverage trades. So this is the Dixie. Then the Euro USD, as the second largest foreign currency in the world, can often be a very good indicator for knowing what Bitcoin will do. As weird as it sounds, they're completely not related actually, like directly, but indirectly, yes. So we see here a head and shoulders on, a very clear head and shoulders on the Euro USD. But would I bet that this thing is going to break down? No, not yet, because it is also having a larger inverse head and shoulders. So this is why it's conflicting, and we have to wait until confirmation. And this channel right here, until, in my opinion, it remains in this channel, I'm expecting upside, like 214 target for the Euro USD. If it reaches that target, hey, Bitcoin could be at all-time highs. I don't know. But as soon as it starts breaking, and for me, once it starts trading below this neckline of the inverse head and shoulders, and some of you might ask, why is this the neckline? I don't see it. It is because for an inverse head and shoulders, you require a left shoulder, you know, a head here, and then a right shoulder. So the more times it trades through that level, the more important it becomes. And it has to be a line that is being touched, like 1, 2, 3, 4 times. In this case, it traded above, and then let's do this in a different color, and then okay, it's the same color, doesn't matter. It went above and then it retested, and so far the retest is holding. Like here on the shorter time frame, yeah, it could come back, but there's also support here. So anyways, once it starts trading below this, then I would say that there's actually a significant risk, and I would maybe consider closing all the leverage. Until then, we are remaining bullish, because, you know, it's still an uptrend. The uptrend has been, like here, it had another, kind of a W pattern. It broke out since November. So the trend is your friend. Why would you doubt that? So we just have to look at the charts for what it is. Anyways, moving on. Next, let me just keep the drawings. Next, the Nasdaq. Okay, let me take a sip of coffee. So the Nasdaq is actually sitting exactly at all-time high. It's a very interesting level, and typically what happens when it reaches this very key level is that it goes slightly above. It touches it for the third time, and then it has to decide whether it will break up or down. And now, knowing that we have a bullish bias, right, for the dollar At the moment to go down, I would still say Euro USD to go up. My bias is for the Nasdaq to also break higher until proven otherwise, because also look, this weekly candle has been quite strong, and not a lot of selling into this candle. If we drop down to the daily, it's actually looking pretty damn good. So Nasdaq looking good, Euro looking good. The macro so far is supportive of further crypto upside. Just keep this in mind. We'll get to crypto in the end. The whole point is to understand what crypto will do. Why? Because I'm not vested personally in the Nasdaq. I'm not, yes, for the dollar and the euros, as I have been living in Europe for some time. I have some euros, some banks there, etc. Yes, but do I really give a shit about the euro? Like, is that going to do a 10x for me? No. The whole point, ladies and gentlemen, is to understand what crypto will do. This is what all your favorite influencers are all trying to get at. This is what we all want to understand. What is the best trade? Where to make the most money with the less risk, etc., etc. So let's also have a quick look at the S&P just to maybe get further confirmation. And I'm very happy that I did, because look at this beautiful setup, a big ass inverse head and shoulders. I can curse on this channel because I don't do ads, so I don't give a fuck if YouTube takes it down or not. The Don has to remain the Don, and the Don cannot be a true Don if the Don is being censored and cannot say what's truly on his mind. So we're going to keep it, mostly related to the financial things. But look, inverse head and shoulders, the S&P also flirting with the all-time high. Now, what can happen is, because here on this left side, you had this period of consolidation. What often happens in technical analysis, how people trade, because look, financial markets are based on people. People are driven through psychology, right? And in nature, in the geometrical patterns, it has been proven by science that we are attracted to symmetry. Do you understand? This is why in charts you often see symmetry, meaning left and right shoulder, the nice head, meaning a triangle here. The triangle on the left side is probably going to be a similar triangle to the right side. This is why we focus on head and shoulders, inverse head and shoulders. The symmetrical patterns are some of the best patterns to trade. But sometimes it gets, there are like angles and degrees to it. This is why you have falling wedges, rising wedges, different type of wedges, because you have a lot of people competing in this market, so that is what it is. Anyways, this we can have a little bit of consolidation here. It can rip right through, but there's clear support at 4,600, and there's a target at exactly 6,072 for the Nasdaq. One of my predictions was last year, I sent a newsletter in February that the Nasdaq and S&P would be trading at all-time highs, whilst big hedge funds were saying that that wasn't going to happen, and they have been losing money, and I hope nobody got wrecked, but frankly I don't care. I said that it will be traded to a all-time high, and look how close it came. It technically didn't trade at an all-time high. We still have the all-time high outstanding here. So, not yet, but it's kind of close. I don't want to get into this dick measuring contest of was I right, was I not right? But it was not a bad call. So there we go. And the thing is that these, sectors don't go up because these companies are generating more value and actually doing more in production and making the world a better place. It's because they're goddamn printing. This money has to go somewhere. Powerful people are holding shares in these companies. BlackRock shares, Martin Lockheed, all these scummy, shitty companies are also, priced in these indexes. So it cannot be that these equities just go down when they are printing money. And these stupid hedge fund managers don't understand this. Like, how are they licensed to trade money on behalf of other people? Guys, learn this shit for yourself. Don't give your money to fucking third parties. Any third parties. That includes your hedge fund guy ripping you off for 5-10% of your profits and then running your, and you know, they do 10%, then the sector does 20%. You know what I mean? They're underperforming. You're better off just holding Bitcoin and cold storage. Fuck these guys. Anyways, next, let's go to gold, which is sitting nicely above 2000. Like, gold is a little bit manipulated. I don't understand why it's taking so long for it to actually break out, but it will get there. You know, we have targets at 2600, 3200. So plus 3K, understand this is a decade-long pattern. This might take a few months. This might require a geopolitical catalyst in order to start moving. But as long as it is holding up, it is in a way supportive for Bitcoin also. Not much else to say about it. Then there's silver. Silver, the altcoin, aka the Litecoin, the Litecoin of the precious metals market. One of the most frustrating ones amongst boomers, because imagine you bought silver in the 80s and it was trading at $50. Like, imagine how crazy that is, that in May 2011 it was also trading at like 47, and now after all the printing has been done, it's trading at 23. This is why, personally, non-financial advice, I have around 18% of my net worth currently sitting in silver. It is very inconvenient. I mean, imagine having to stack this silver somewhere. For one small bullion of 1 ounce of gold, you need to have around 2 kilos of silver, right? So imagine having 1 million that you want to put in silver. Where are you going to put it? You need land, you need serious logistical facilities. And it has been made in a way, I don't know, maybe it's a theory for you to have to, you know, like store it at JP Morgan and these other scummy banks, where you pay them a fee for the storage, and then one day they can heist you and they are not responsible for the theft that they commit, right? So it's a dirty game, ladies and gentlemen, but this is what it is. Then we're ready to get into crypto. So 27 minutes in. I hope that you have not been bored, but I understand that longer content formats are not for everyone, but the real ones, they will appreciate it, I hope. And this is how we're going to get it started, whatever it takes. If there are 5 people watching, I'll rock the same for you as if we have 100 people watching. I will never switch for money. And I hope that you find value in this stuff, and I would appreciate if you let me know, if you give me feedback like, hey, maybe it's too long, maybe too many drawings, can you make it simple, this and that. I do take all of the feedback into consideration. And so Total One, now we are ready to get into crypto. Total One, I do have some drawings here, I see. And right, so let's start with the simple things. The all-time high of crypto in November 1 for the entire market cap was 3 trillion. Isn't that interesting? 3.01. We have been at 1 trillion for some time, and actually the 1 trillion was coinciding with Bitcoin at 25K. This is why it was such a critical key number, and most people don't give a shit. They don't even look at Total One. They don't understand. Oh, 1 and 2 and 3. Trading can be quite simple, guys. Like, you know. So we were here at 1 trillion. We broke up. This was a potential head and shoulders that we thought after this goes up, it's kind of weak, it comes down. But here we should have, we made a mistake, definitely, that we were late in switching, because personally I was waiting for the inverse head and shoulders to get invalidated, which was at the top for Bitcoin, and just ripped through, meaning that the stop losses would have been triggered and you had to switch very quickly, instantly, and have limit orders prepared. Otherwise, the market would simply run through your orders without them getting filled to the other side, leaving you no choice but to buy in higher. And that is okay, because it was such a critical shift from, no, we're not going to have a bear market, we are going to have a bull market fully on activated, and it has been activated. That's why, guys, you need to wake the fuck up, get your cake up, because this is the bull market. But it doesn't mean to say that you have to go all in today. Now, it has been going on for a while. You're definitely 2 months late. That's the fact. You are 2 months late. So be aware, but don't be stupid. And if you look at the weekly, look what we are seeing. This is the massive rejection candle. Massive. If the week closes like this, it's Domingo con el Don, meaning that this weekly candle is going to close in 20 hours. What do you think will happen when this weekly candle closes here? This is not good, guys. This does not look good. So, could we be due for a pullback? Could Mr. Capo be right that we go, to new lows? People have been shitting all over him, and a lot of the big influencer accounts are being super salty and using him. And I can see through the jealousy and envy that, some of those guys that I was even respecting, like Big Chats, this guy who. He's a very good trader, he battled cancer and all of that, and all the kudos to him, but he's shitting on Capo for no reason, telling him that he needs to shut the fuck up, basically, and not do analysis because he's causing people to lose money. What is this other piece of shit, Michael Sailor to the Moon, doing? He's using Capo as well just to get publicity for himself. So this guy is being shut down for no reason. He's been losing money, and yes, people who have been following him in his community have been losing money, but it's their fault also. You should never follow anyone. Don't even follow me. Do your own goddamn analysis and take responsibility for the trades that you put in. Don't blame anyone. If you do that, you will not grow and actually become a better trader. So, if we go to the daily, here it gets a little bit tricky. Look, we are at the key level, and what you see here is in a broadening megaphone pattern. It's like a reverse triangle. So this indicates an increase in volatility, and when this happens at the top of a trend, usually it's a caution that the trend might start reversing. So this is where this is basically how it works. People FOMO in the top. Most people buy the top, they sell the low, right? Even worse, most people FOMO in with leverage at the top because their psychology is like, oh no, I missed out, I need to have a larger size, but I only have a few hundreds to trade with. What do? Shit, I need 20x leverage. That's what they do. This is why you get these crazy wicks up and down, up and down, up and down. They get chop the fuck up. And then once they see in the data that retail has actually started to participate, and you can see this in open interest, and you can kind of tell whether these are people putting shorts or longs. I mean, it's not like, this is not my domain of expertise, but I can see it here. I don't need to have an indicator telling me that there's leverage and that this might actually break down. So yeah, a word of caution. Not 100% sure that this will go down, but this is definitely a caution. Could it wick through to 2 trillion? We have a target at 1.935 trillion, and then there's the 618 macro Fibonacci at 2.13 trillion. So give or take around 2 trillion. Like you can see that 2 trillion is a key number. Then there's actually another inverse head and shoulders. Oh no, my bad. This is the 1.93. Should put it a little bit lower. So yeah, let's not go into Toto 2 and 3 because Toto 1 is all crypto combined. And okay, Tether dominance. Give me 1 second. Tether dominance. Let me do a drawing here because this is quite important. Okay, I would like you to understand one thing, macro-wise. Do you see this trend? This trend since 2018, what is it? Start of 2018. This trend has been broken. I don't know. I also don't know what it means exactly, okay? And I'm also trying to comprehend this and let me make this smaller. So this trend has been broken to the downside, but could we draw it? Because trend lines are also a little bit subjective sometimes, you know? Can I draw it like this if I draw a very fat trend line, and you can argue that it's holding support? So tricky. This is okay. So now that I have shown you this, let me put my own drawings on and we go a little bit. Yes, I have drawn it slightly in favor of bulls, but we need to go much more down to understand where we are actually at. And look also here, like these wicks are not a joke. These wicks are actually quite bearish. Yeah, these wicks are quite bearish. These wicks are very bearish. I would be very careful here. And now I'm also thinking, I need to be more in stables because I'm pretty much 100% investment long, and I have some leverage trades that are doing quite well on, I will get to it in a second. So, however, it's not confirmed. Candles have not closed, and you know, Monday we can have a major engulfing candle taking us. I doubt that 4.22% will be reached, but there's one outstanding target at 5.05. So the way I see it, okay, let me run it back. I want to make sure I get this clear because this is very important. This triangle is what I have been eyeing for entirety of 2023. Okay, it started at 22 summer, June. So when did it break? October 23, 22 summer. Okay, give and take 14 months or so. Okay, almost 1.5 year of pattern broke down. Did it retest it the way it often does? Not always, often. It comes back to retest the breakout level. No, it didn't happen. I'm going to say it one more time. It didn't happen. The break of the Tether dominance coincided with Bitcoin breaking above 25,000. Remember, that doesn't mean that if this thing goes back down, BTC will be at 25. It will be slightly higher. And I have another way of being able to show you this, that it's like, look, 1% up for Tether dominance isn't always like 10% up or down for Bitcoin. It varies. Because I also don't fully understand why this Tether dominance is so critical. It is the biggest stable coin, and yes, they are printing Tether because Tether needs to be backed by a real dollar, or at least the majority of Tether needs to be backed. And so look, if something one day happens, I'm not going into this Tether FUD. It is real, but we need to hold it. It's the most convenient one. Unless one day there is real reason for concern, you shouldn't doubt like Tether. It's silly. It makes you too paranoid for no reason at all. So yeah, if you don't want to trade cryptos because you're scared Tether will blow up, look, a lot of other things can rug pull you. Okay. So anyways, there is a chance that we actually get a revisit because we have a target outstanding at 4.22%. So it went from 7, and it has the triangle target, which is this. the way you measure it, I'm just going to say it one time because you mofos don't understand. This is the 360, how do you say? This is the key. This is exactly how we calculate these targets, and it's the same every goddamn time, and it is so fucking accurate all the goddamn time. This is why I am here making these videos, to help you mofos to calculate this yourself. Okay? Because it is much better if you know how to do this. You can make money yourself. You're not dependent on anyone, including me. Isn't that great? You can just trade, make money, and do your thing. So, targets are the most important thing, guys. The most important things, and nobody has a clue how to do that. Yes, you have many different tools. Fibonacci's, this and that, moving averages, god damn it. I'm not going into it. But this is accurate. You will see in time. It's normal to have doubts. You should have doubts. Be very skeptical. Maybe I'm full of shit. Find it out for yourself. So, 4.22% is the macro outstanding target for this triangle. Why is it drawn from here? Because this is the volume by price. Let's show it. It's the VRVP indicator. And I'm sad to say I don't 100% understand why it is exactly like this. I truly don't. I wish I do. And it's also part of my own education to improve my own method and to increase the accuracy of. It might take me another 4 years. I don't know. I hope not. But okay, it doesn't show. Why? Interesting. So let me try to do anchored VRVP. There we go. There we go. Do you see that most of the volume in this triangle was trading at 7.06%? Why? No clue. No clue. But this means that the most trading activity was occurring there, meaning this is a key psychological level, and for some reason, what do most people do? This is the mistake. This is what I was doing. This is what has caused me to lose so much goddamn money, to get out too early, to get out too late. You have to get out on time, especially with leverage trading. Okay, when you do investment trading, it's okay because the safest investment strategy is to DCA in, DCA out. If you're an investor, this is not important whether you get out at Bitcoin, you know, if you got out at 66 or 62 or 61, if that thing traded back to 20K, you were all good, okay? This is the stuff that we see in hindsight, and hindsight is always 20/20. So this is important mostly for leverage. You leverage trading fuckers. You need to know exactly when to get the fuck out. And the beautiful thing about this method is that you can just put your limit sell order and just fuck off and go on holidays, spend time, just live your goddamn life. We don't trade with, the purpose of trading is to get freedom. What the fuck is freedom when you're sitting inside, looking at your screen, babysitting your trades, being anxious, looking at the tick by tick on the 5-minute chart? What the fuck is that? You call that freedom? That's fucking hell. That's a spider web that you have created for yourself, and you're escaping one matrix to get into another matrix. So, and I'm talking about the matrix. Sorry, not matrix, matrix. Okay? You're plugged in. You think you're plugging out? Dude, you're doing the exact reverse thing. You're plugging yourself more in. Anyways, so where did we leave? Okay, I need to get rid of all the drawings. So I hope that was clear. This was actually, this part you can highlight and rewatch it. This is the most important part of this stream, and I'm not going to repeat it later. Just one time, and then every time, okay, when I draw a orange dotted tick line, it is the VRVP, volume by price support level, where all the targets are drawing from. For the head and shoulders, it's different. I'll explain that in another video because otherwise it will become too long. Okay, short time frame. is again a little bit different, not definitive yet. So after we broke out from the big triangle, we had one target from the smaller patterns. So you see here, triangle drawn the same way, target 1 5.70. Do you see how the fuck it got reached exactly? Became a new key level, created another pattern here, another triangle. Guess what that target was? 5.42%. Do you see how? Almost got here, rejected, support, back up, again rejected. Look, I don't have to tell you to believe me. Look at it your goddamn self. It's pretty crazy. Sometimes I look back and I'm like, damn. Well, we have one more, which is 5.05. It doesn't mean that all the targets get reached all the time. Sometimes only, it can only go happen until the tide shifts. But so this green line here for me is like, if we break above it, Tether is inversely correlated with Bitcoin, and so the rest of the cryptos. If it breaks out of this channel, again, a broadening megaphone pattern, if it breaks above, because you can see this inclines, increase in volatility. If it breaks above, risk off. If it reaches this 5.05, guess what I will do? Take profits, increase stables, because there's only a big target after that. And I'm fairly confident, like 95%, that we will not reach that target without a significant pullback of 20 to 30% first. So what can happen, however, is that people get too bearish here, God forbid, they start shorting a bull market, and we get one more wick, maybe reach, maybe not, I don't know, here, and we will get a massive bearish engulfing candle, and it will just wreck everybody, do an inverse head and shoulders, and come back to the volume, and then what do you think? Oh wait, that is what I'm prepared for, what I'm preparing myself for, to ensure I have cash flow, I have funds, I have stables ready to pounce on the first buy the dip opportunity we get, the first 20 to 30% pullback, because we have 4.22 outstanding. Okay, second most important part of this stream. Do you understand why Tether dominance is so critical? I don't have to look at Bitcoin to understand what crypto could do. Sometimes I don't even look at the Dixie, because guess what? USDT is backed by USD. Get it? Just giving you 5 seconds to comprehend it. 360 major FX USD, crypto biggest stablecoin USDT. If you put an overlay of Tether and USD for 90%, no more, 97% or whatever, it's directly correlated. I don't have to look at the Dixie every day. I can just look at Tether dominance. But Tether dominance is even more accurate, applicable to crypto. Which of your influencers is talking about Tether dominance? None of them. Fuck them all. They are... Okay, maybe I shouldn't say that. Some of them have good intentions. Some of them are very good traders. I'm simply showing you what is working for me. But I have been incorporating it as my main edge. And I'm kind of happy they're not talking about it, because if everybody starts looking at it, maybe something else will become more relevant, like USDC dominance, which is not that accurate because, it doesn't have so much liquidity, and it's not one-on-one correlated, I have seen, with the Dixie as Tether dominance is. Anyways. So, where are we at? 49 minutes? Damn. It's kind of long. And I have some things to go through. So I am thinking right now where to cut it off. And I think that I will go until ETH, and then we'll do the alts another time, because I'm also getting a little bit tired. So, okay. Now let's increase the pace a little bit. Okay, Bitcoin dominance. Look, if you go to X and the posts that have been highlighted, these are charts I have shared many times. This is why please go to X. I have opened a public Telegram channel, okay, which is linked here in our Twitter. You can just go all the charts, the clean charts, again, for education purposes. Sometimes I let you guys know some of the trades I'm in. So in a way, it's also a signal, but please, non-financial advice, okay? You can follow it. It's for you guys. I'm not going to show my link another time, but everything is here. But the thing is, on Twitter, I am, and you know, here, Tron, I give you this one, blowing up. Been calling it. Nobody else has been calling it. Anyways, let's not do this whole ego trip. But I'm quite active. And but there's also some shit posts here and then. That is the reason why there's a Telegram channel, which you can follow. So, and hopefully I'll be able to do more streams. So not every Sunday, but I hope I'll be able to do once every week or two. Okay, let's get back to Bitcoin dominance. Bitcoin dominance, I've been calling this since March 2023, where I said, look, this is a big W pattern. The W pattern you calculate differently than the triangle, so you just measure the targets from the top more easily. And there's one at 60%, didn't reach it. I don't think we will reach that, to be honest. And then we have a So we have a second W target. So sometimes you can have two different interpretations. Like for instance, one is drawn from here, 48, and the other one you can draw from 48.8. And because it is projected months and sometimes years into the future, it can give you a difference of 5%. This is why you need to have multiple targets, because it's not always that accurate. You need to be prepared to be wrong yourself and have invalidations for a thesis that you're holding on to, because if you hold on too long and you're wrong, guess what? You're going to lose money. So look at this trend line holding up since 28th of November. This is so beautiful. Hold it up here, a support, went up, broke down violently, and I called the start of the alt season. One of the first. And I was looking at it and I was saying, guys, I'm calling this on a daily. It can be tomorrow, can be in 2 hours. I was early. Nobody was really paying attention. I can see that in the metrics and the views, etc. But then I did one tweet on VeChain for some reason, and it blew up. It went viral. People understood, but they didn't get the point. My point was alt season started, not that VeChain is going to be the one. They're better placed. VeChain will not do too bad. But anyways, alt season started. What did we have here? Some resistance, an alternative way of drawing this. It went up, retested, and then look what happened. A beautiful technical rejection on the weekly candles, confirming alt season again, now truly technically confirming the retest of the alt season. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to put this mic quite close now to make sure it goes into your ears. Alt season has fucking started. Doesn't mean to say that everything is going to go 3x right now. But the alts are outperforming Bitcoin, and it could be that as long as Bitcoin holds above 42.5k, that this is the first true alt cycle where Bitcoin is chilling. Money is flowing from Bitcoin now that the ETF is priced in. That story is done into ETH. Guess who on the 3rd of January created an exclusive newsletter talking about the ETH ETF before the BTC ETF was approved, before anyone else in the crypto sector. Anyone else. How? By looking at ETH USDT, ETH BTC, and ETH dominance. Which of your influencer friends are looking at dominance charts? Dominance. Okay? Only the Don and maybe one or two others are looking at dominance. Do you want to dominate this market? Why are you ignoring the dominance charts? Ridiculous. Please, come on. So, anyways, ETH dominance. Look at this. Guys, this is a cheat code to make money. What the hell? Simple range from May 2021. Remember May 2021, such a beautiful time, Bitcoin above 60K, everybody happy, everybody making money. And then December, you can see that Bitcoin topped at 69K a little bit earlier in November. ETH dominance went up until 6th of December. What does that tell you? Alts top after Bitcoin tops. Same shit, different day, every cycle. So far. Every cycle so far repeats the same. There are some that say it will because it happened last time, it will happen again and again and again until it doesn't. Okay? Remember plan B? Right. Stock to flow is flawed. Stock to flow caused millions of people to get wrecked. Fucking wrecked. And that guy managing a hedge fund, God forbid, what the fuck happened with that hedge fund? So be careful who you follow. And make sure that you understand how they create their models so that you can check. If you don't know how to check their methods, you know what that leaves you? Dependent on them. There are some narcissistic, evil people out there. And, look, we all need to make money. But do you make money trading, or do you make money selling a course on how to trade, but you don't know how to trade? You know what I mean? Anyways, ETH did a beautiful little fake out like it did here, and it is going to trade to 21%, maybe higher. And because the ETH ETF is not priced in, it has a lot of catching up to do. We can confirm this also I have quite some drawings here on ETH BTC, and we have an outstanding target at 0.08, 0.1, since technically breaking out from a major, look at, what is this? I wish I understood inverse head and shoulders in April 2021. Could have been retired already. But this is the price to pay for the things we don't know. And everybody has their own timelines. Some might take 2 years and they become super good traders. Trader SC and Trader XO, who I immensely respect, 500,000 followers, have started trading cryptos in 2017, just like me. But they have amassed a massive following and massive respect to them, because I have also been learning from them on defining trading ranges and how they can draw simple lines, and yet it works, and they have been making the money. But also they have a background in FX and macro. Some of them have been working financially on Wall Street, and financial charted analyst, this and that and that. Guys, I don't have a financial background, but I have put the time in to figure this out myself. Do with that as you wish. I don't have a license, but if you need someone to have a fancy license from Harvard so that you can respect them and take their world serious, oh god, you have another thing or two coming for you. Anyways, ETH BTC. So let's go to ETH, right? Let me take this out. What's up with ETH? Oh, and one other thing that somebody I respect a lot, that I consider my personal mentor, Mr. Francis Hunt, aka the Crypto Sniper. Massive shout out to him. And he did an interesting pointing out of the facts that Mr. Peter Brand, who is the biggest technical analyst in terms of followers on social media, he he was showing that ETH was like in a rising wedge, and that because of that it would likely break down. But yeah, it didn't. So it could be that ETH is going to soak in a lot of the liquidity from Bitcoin, and it can run. Look, I don't have to draw a line for you to understand that the next major liquidity is between 35 and 3600, because how can I? Now let's do it another time. So if you draw the 618, okay, fuck it, let's do it. Sorry, let's draw the 618. Like I said, some people really like the fibs. Let's just do it this way. ETH is currently 32% from reaching the 618 fib. What about BTC? From the, oh, nope, that's for another time. That is something I'm going to show you later, but good news for you BTC lovers and maxis and etc. I need a clean chart for this. Okay, this one, good enough. So okay, Fibo, macro, Fibo, top, bottom. God damn it, guys, I didn't even look at this shit. Look at that, perfect weekly rejection at the 6.18. I'm not making this up, I'm just discovering this while talking with you. 48.7k. Isn't that interesting? Isn't that interesting that it correlates with key levels we have mentioned, 47.5, and the FIP rejection, money flowing into ETH. And ETH is, let's go back. Where is it? ETH is still 32% from its FIB. Does it mean that ETH can? It can. What did I say? This is the liquidity level here. Let's just do a childish draw like most of your influencer friends like to do. You get the point. ETH to 3600 is not only a probability, it is likely. Should I repeat it? ETH to 3500 is likely. So if you have a leverage trade right now that you got in pre-2000, pre-2300, pre-2400 even, be careful in the short time frame, because scam wicks will come, market makers will try to liquidate your ass. BlackRock wants to have more crack for themselves. They don't give a fuck about you. So be careful. You need to know how to do trade positions and have a stop loss just in case, so that if you're on a coin margin leverage long, you don't lose your actual underlying ETH when it wicks your position and then continues to trade to 3500. This is one of the worst feelings, okay? When you are right, but because you fucked up and got like over leverage, you lost your actual underlying collateral. So you could have had money just keeping your ETH cold storage somewhere safe, and you lost it because of leverage, and now you have to work twice as harder to get that money back. It does such a damage to your psychology that it will make you vengeance trade the market by taking more leverage later on, when in actual fact smart money and smart traders are deleveraging into the targets, not adding leverage. This is what most retail is doing. This is also what I have been doing for a long time. I'm telling you this from experience. It sucks. You will lose money and you will not get it back. Maybe ETH won't ever trade below 2000 again. I don't know. Okay, I think it's a wrap. 1 hour 04. Guys, okay, so our Twitter/X Don Crypto 360. We did a full 360 with you guys. This is what I do. Not every day, but you know, every 2-3 days when I need to make sure where are we at, what are we doing, what should we do. Oh, and one other thing that is also fun to check is CoinGecko to understand what's going on. You know, 24 hours. What is going up? Celestia, Sats, Aptos, or I don't know the details of these projects, but I do see Tron. Hey, somebody's been talking about Tron. Most traded tokens, excluding stables, ETH, BTC, Sol, and Tron. Somebody's been warning you about Tron. Somebody sent an exclusive newsletter in 2023 in May, or no, a bit later, I think June, July, saying Tron is your single best investment play for this cycle. A lot of people are doubting for good reasons. I would doubt too. Why the fuck would Tron go up? What's up with Tron? Just go through my pinned tweets. Look, XRP and Tron. And this is as a thank you for those who have stuck around listening to my shit for more than an hour. It's not for everyone. But if you stuck, guys, 2 of my major holdings, and quite a lot, I should say, quite a lot, because that's how confident I am. I'm putting my money where my mouth is. Like, if I had 10 billion, I would maybe say it for the wrong reasons, right? Like, oh, get in Tron, get in XRP so that I can then sell on you. I wish I had that much money that I needed you to pump a billion, 10 billion market cap. You think you with your 10 or 100 grand is going to move Tron? Is that how arrogant you are? Or 31 billion for XRP? But it's not easy to realize that Tron can do a 30x. You know, again, we'll cover it in another stream. Tron broke up. I even did. Look at the previous video we did. The first stream. Tron will print crypto millionaires. Okay. Guys, I wish you a very nice Sunday wherever you are in the world. Thank you so much for your support so far. And I'm trying to rebirth this channel from the dead. I had to take some time off from YouTube because I got in for the wrong reasons. At the height of the bull market in 2021, people were asking me for advice. Can you make tutorials on how to trade on Uniswap? Can you make a tutorial on how to trade on Binance? Can you show me how to do KYC, this and that and that? And I took that time and I did it just for people, and those content were getting the most views. Guys, the first video I ever did on YouTube went viral. Had like a lot of, relatively a lot of views. So top videos, can I actually find it? No, it's not going back enough. Anyways, it's all good. It's all good, guys. Here. It's in crypto education. This is why I have it. Crypto edu. Okay. No, something wrong. Anyways, you can check it yourself. But the mistake that I did back then was to make videos when I should have been focused on trading myself. And I helped make people a lot of money, but I didn't do that well for myself as I should have, for a multitude of reasons, most related to a failing of having custody over my own assets, blah, 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 blah. Most of it related to the mental side, but my charts were pretty on point, I should say. I was warning people about 60K. In the summer, more in November, I kind of missed that spot because I was influenced too much by Mr. Plan B. And that was my bad. This is why I'm doubling down on myself. I'm doubling down on the Don 360. Even Francis, who is the best trader in the world, in my opinion, I'm trying to double check if I actually get it and if I stand behind it. And this is very hard, to in a world where you have all these different opinions, everybody saying something, to find your own truth, finding your own authenticity, to actually believing in your own voice and in your own abilities. This is actually a very beautiful path of growing up, emotionally as well as a person, spiritually as well, actually wanting to help people from a good place. And I do truly believe that if you do good things, that the universe will reward you as such, even if it's just from this concept of yourself feeling good about it. So with that being said, all likes, retweets, comments that you make, are appreciated. I wish you a nice day, and until the next.
It's a holiday. I got hoes on hoes and it out of control, yeah. Hey, it's another way. All my niggas on go and I hope that you know it. I can't even close my eyes and I don't know why. Guess I don't like surprises. I can't even stay away from the game that I play. They gon' know what's to pay. Hey, it's a holiday. I got hoes on hoes and it out of control, yeah. Hey, it's another way. All my niggas on go and I hope that you know it. I can't even close my eyes